Okay, here we are. We're back to the 70 Plymouth Fury project build. Let me get a light here. Here's the underneath. Okay, problem with the small blocks. Um, uh, uh, Nobody makes an exhaust manifold for this car. So the first thing I tried to do was use a B-body exhaust manifold, which I just put in, pain in the ass. Had to take the torsion bar out to see if it was even going to work. Torsion bar is loose right now, as you can see see how far back it's sticking out. Okay, so it's pretty much loose, but the problem is there's no way that I'm going to get that all the way over there because I don't know if you can see, there's fucking light's horrible. There she is up against the B-body exhaust and collector. So I thought I was going to be able to order a set of TTI's large primary tube B-body headers. A couple old Mopar guys told me, oh yeah, they'll definitely fit. Well, they'll definitely fit, but they won't fit with the torsion bar back in. So that's a problem. So B-body headers, no good. I figured, maybe they would work. Also, I don't know if you can see if I can get a light, because the light really sucks in here underneath the car. But dang it. Okay, let me see if this will work. You can see this is the hump, and that's where the collector is ending up. Now that's not a big deal. I can jog and exhaust over to one side, make something work under there, if I had to. But that's going to cross underneath the torsion bar, and it's just going to be weird. It's just going to be a lot of weirdness here. The 408 stroker motor that I ordered for this car to save myself a few dollars and not go big block is starting to look like it's becoming a pain in the ass, but not a total one. So I happen to have a set of C-body small block headers. Now I know what you're probably saying. Why the hell are you wasting 3-4 minutes of my time watching your restoration on your car when you have a set of headers all along? Well, because I wanted to try for the B-bodies for the simple reason of this. The C-body headers that I have for a C-body 70 C-body car, small block, are from probably like 1975. Here's the right side right here. As you can see, they go way the hell down and off to one side. It looks like the only way that you're going to get the C-body and the cradle and everything past the torsion bars. They look like they're going to happen. Plus, the primary tubes on these look bigger than your standard, like 1 5/8. I'm not sure exactly what they are. I'll have to measure them and let you know. But it's looking like these are going to be the ones I'm going to end up having to use. Beat on the car for a few years or whatever with them on it. Go to a local exhaust shop, have an exhaust done on them, clean them up as best I can, and when they get crappy, maybe I can take them off and ship them out to a really good exhaust company like Cook's or one of those, prominent exhaust system companies, and hope that they will take them and make a set using them as a pattern, and I can get them back in the car. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll do. But the reason I didn't use them right away is, like I said, these were probably ordered back in the early 70s, when the car was only a few years old, and they were probably readily available because a lot of them were on the road, and people with small blocks wanted to have something that rumbled and whatever. Nowadays they don't make them because, like I said, hardly anybody makes anything for these cars anymore, and you're pretty much, Mopars are obscure as it is as far as parts. They're ridiculous, they're expensive, but now you go into C-body and that's like the obscure of the obscure. For the same money that I'm spending on this car, I could have had probably a Chevy of some sort, like an old Impala from the 70s, and probably put the car in the 10s. For what I'm going to have this car, I hope maybe in the 14s. But it's going to be a badass Mopar. It's going to rumble. It's going to sound awesome. It's going to cruise. It's going to go to the shows, burn the tires, everything I want. And I really like the car. and I kind of like the challenge, even though it sounds like I'm complaining about it. But uh, it's a labor of love. If I wasn't under here, I'd be under some Chevy, and I'd probably be cursing because I'd want to do something that no one else does on a Chevy. So the fact that I'm doing something that not too many people do on obscure Mopar is cool enough for me. Um, and to keep an old obscure car alive that most people would just pass up and go, yeah, it's clean and it's nice, but where am I going to find parts for it? It's not worth it. Blah blah blah. Screw it. I'll pass. Hey, I'm not Chip Foose by any means. This is going to be just like a shiny painted street beater, but it'll still be a lot nicer than when I found the car years back. And hey, I'm having fun. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm feeling a little optimistic. I'm going to put another video out when I do the C-bodies, headers, and see that they're going to work. And it looks like that's the way I'm going to go. Unless I do like shorty trucks or Daytona headers or something like that. But you know what? Then you lose some horsepower. I know it's not a lot. They'll still be a little more torquey. But the worst part about shorty headers is that they don't seem to make them for the small block Mopar with a larger primary tube than like an inch and 5/8, and they probably only go to like 2.5 inch collectors. So I can't get at least minimum 3 inch collectors, which is what I want, because I want to do a 3 inch exhaust going to the back, and I want to do bigger primary tubes because this motor is going to be a little more than your standard just mildly stroked 408 with a 4-barrel sitting on top. It should be a little meaner than that. Plus, it's all forged internals. I can spray it if I want. It's all for fun, but you know what? I want to get as good of an exhaust system as I can without going to a place like Cook's, dropping the car off, and spending like $10,000 or $5,000 to have them custom make me from front to back a stainless steel exhaust system. Which, all right, I've spent a ton of money as it is, but you know what? You got to draw the line somewhere. And that's always something I can do down the road, but this is 7 minutes going on now of me just walking back and forth and blabbing. So there we go. I'll be back with the C-body headers.